Global warming is real and the clock is ticking much faster than we believe. The planet's current policies put it on a trajectory to emit carbon dioxide at a rate between 58 and 62 gigatons per year by 2030. Pledges under the Paris Agreement would bring that down to a range between 52 and 57 gigatons of emission per year. But that's not enough. Keeping the planet's temperature rise below 2 degrees Celsius would require limiting greenhouse gas emissions between 31 and 44 gigatons per year. There is an urgent need to reduce this gap. According to Bloomberg's new energy forecast, between 2017 and 2040, we will double the installed capacity from around 7,000 gigawatts to about 14,000 gigawatts. And 86% of energy investments will be towards zero carbon. Around $3.3 trillion will be invested towards wind energy and $2.8 trillion towards solar. In Asia, there is a need for 900 gigawatts of additional installed capacity by 2030 to provide energy access to around 500 million people. This would require around $147 billion of investments per year in renewables in Asia for the new capacity. In general, society looks at big solutions when it comes to the transition towards renewable energy system, like underground carbon sequestration, big solar farms, and big offshore wind farms of capacity 200 megawatts to 500 megawatts and often 1 gigawatts and upwards. That makes the energy transition intangible, expensive, and out of reach for many people. We want a cost-neutral acceleration in the energy transition, and perhaps even one with a cost reduction. We are moving away from the traditional centralized fossil fuel power stations towards a hyper-local green energy economy, where decentralized microgeneration turns buildings into mini power plants and communities take control of their energy supply. The future of energy is decarbonized, decentralized, digitalized, and democratized, which means energy will be produced closer to where it is consumed, and we will see more small to mid-size renewable energy projects which will be in the range of 1 megawatt to 10 or 20 megawatts. Renewable energy investments offer long horizons, predictable cash flows, diversification, and excess yields. These attributes can align well with the needs of many institutional investors, a group that collectively manages over $70 trillion in assets globally. However, despite this apparent match, renewable energy investment vehicles are not structured in a way that can attract institutional investment, especially when it comes to small and mid-sized renewable projects. At Positive Energy Community, we have identified few roadblocks when it comes to investing in the small and mid-sized renewable energy projects. These roadblocks are funding of small to medium green capacity project remains complex and expensive. Green energy assets have long payback periods and are not liquid in nature. The risk assessment and management of green energy assets is not yet mature. Standardized due diligence and asset rating does not exist for small and mid-sized projects. The entry ticket still remains too high for individual investors. And last but not least, the soft costs related to legal, finance, marketing, and project management represents more than 50% of the project cost for small to medium-sized capacity projects. Of the many challenges in financing renewable energy markets, cost of capital, trading of assets, liquidity, and the cost of due diligence of these assets stand out together in terms of their long-term impact. Since they are interconnected, we have designed a platform that addresses these challenges and accelerates renewable energy financing. The platform enables project developers, asset pool managers, and institutional investors to digitally participate, invest, and transact the share of the green energy assets in form of equity or debt tokens. The platform allows renewable energy project developers and independent power producers to discover low cost of capital by showcasing their projects to institutional investors across the globe. The digital data room on the platform reduces the efforts of the due diligence process by almost 50%. For project developers, the platform aims at reducing the weighted average cost of capital and time to finance by accessing multiple investors globally on the platform. The platform also acts as a marketplace for equity swap. The liquidity provided to the institutional investors also reduces the risk for the project developers of early exit of the investors. The platform allows asset pool managers to create pools of renewable energy assets of the same asset class and create a flexible instrument that could encompass a variety of financial structures similar to a quasi-liquid private bond, tailored to the renewable energy financing market and to institutional investors' preferences and specific country needs. It could range from a simple project debt pass through to a full securitization structure. For asset pool managers, the platform increases their asset reach of small and mid-sized renewable energy projects globally. It also increases the return on equity and return on debt by better asset valuation and by the due diligence process and by consistency of asset class in the pool. The platform also acts as a marketplace for equity swap. The overall risk is reduced and mitigated by doing a fair asset valuation, clubbing these assets into a pool of same asset class, and by making the information transparently available through the digital data rooms. By leveraging technology, the platform also aims at reducing the overall administrative cost significantly. The platform responds to institutional investors' need for higher yielding investment grade assets, which could be met through an increase in both the scale and the number of investable securities in the renewable energy markets. In addition, investors are able to trade the assets on the platform and gain greater liquidity. By creating liquidity in the secondary market, the platform aims to enable project lenders to provide more and cheaper financing to the projects. The platform brings new opportunities for the institutional investors to invest in asset-backed securities and to invest in green bonds. The platform increases the return on investment for the institutional investors who invest in equity and bond tokens. The investors can reduce their risk by creating portfolio with various equity and bond tokens from different pools. The platform offers liquidity to the investors by giving them the flexibility to change position by simply trading their tokens. It also gives social impact investors an opportunity to invest in renewable energy, support energy transition, mitigate climate change, and energy access programs to support local community projects. The platform offers liquidity to the investors by giving them the flexibility to change position by simply trading their tokens onto the platform. They have the option to trade their equity or debt tokens either within the pool or across different pools. These tokens can be leased, sold, or traded through the platform in order to reproduce most of the existing market situation, for instance, a synthetic power purchase agreement. The platform is built with the objective to provide resilience of data storage, immutability of the stored data, transparency by providing unique source of truth, trustlessness to avoid relying on a trusted third party, and automation through smart contracts. And we make it possible by leveraging the blockchain technology. The platform also aims at providing various value-added services such as community solar, energy access, green utility, and electric vehicle charging infrastructure mutualization. All this to create a deep social impact of the investment done in renewables through our platform. This social platform for renewable energy accumulation and distribution is called SPREAD. This is an effort by Positive Energy Community to address the core challenges faced by project developers, asset pool managers, and global investors while financing small to mid-sized renewable energy projects. Let's spread more positive energy in your community.